recruiter gets an overview, like the person is professionally groomed with relevant skills. So we have to keep these three things in mind. One is we need to highlight our professional experience. If we are freshers, we have to highlight our education. Second thing is we have to highlight our personal attributes, which are helping us to work everywhere. And third one is a clear photograph along with our valid contacts in the email. Once we are giving the email, we should keep in mind that the email should be a proper email, not a fancy one like maybe if somebody people like they share the shortcuts in their emails and which at times look funny. So it should be a proper email ID with your name in it and a valid phone number. Then other thing that is inviting attention nowadays is that we should have the skills to work on any business plan. It can be any idea in our mind, but we should have the professional capabilities of developing a business plan over it. When I was listening to sir in the previous session webinar, so he was also talking about preparing the technical reports, the survey reports. So nowadays, these things are getting converted to business plan, which is earlier we used to have detailed project reports, DPRs, then feasibility reports, technical reports. But nowadays, since the startup ecosystem is gaining light in India, so these jargons are also changing. So earlier also I got a chance to visit BGU and I was interacting with these students regarding the entrepreneurship development and the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana RKV by Raftar program of Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare regarding supporting startups, entrepreneurs, students, farmers in developing innovative projects, business models. So I believe that I am largely known to the audience. Now, what I want to highlight now is that we should be aware of the kind of jargons which are used in these fields. Like nowadays, we call pitch. So, like pitching before the audience, pitching before my faculty, pitching before my recruiters. So, what is a pitch? So, if you would go to the dictionary meaning, a pitch is a speech or an act that attempts to persuade someone to buy or do something. So being students and people from agribusiness management background, so nowadays these students, they are having n number of innovative ideas regarding giving some sort of solutions to the kind of problems the larger communities facing in and around them. When it comes to agribusiness, people are thinking on the lines of providing solutions to farmers, providing them market linkages, providing them different solutions in irrigation, providing them different food processing options, developing value-added products. And these entrepreneurs or these startups, they have to present small business plans to their potential stakeholders, which are the companies, the organizations, the institutions, the industries. And also I'm coming to one new audiences now, which is the incubators and the accelerators. Also, when we have a plan at mind, we have to talk to some potential stakeholders whom we are seeking to get funds from. So I'm not talking about some big project, but if we are having this opportunistic time, I'll say this is really an opportunity for us during the lockdown period, since colleges, schools, they are closed. So we can start working upon any simple idea that we have. It need not be a very great change or a large solution. Suppose I just want to develop a straw, a biodegradable straw to replace plastic. Why I'm talking about it? This is, I have come across various entrepreneurs in different regions who are thinking such small solutions like replacing the single-use plastic, making a straw out of a coconut leaf, which is resistant. So just start thinking on such small things and start developing a business plan. When I say business plan, what I mean is that, let us take another example. Suppose I have to open a tea stall outside BGU. So then I have to start thinking from ground zero what all will be required. Okay, I want to arrange a shop, I want to arrange my raw material, I want to have my right positioning of the stall at the right place so that people are able to see my shop. Then I have to calculate my my backward calculations, how much raw material I am requiring in a month, how many cups of tea I am going to sell in a day. For that, how much sugar, how much tea, how much milk I am going to get, how much capacity vessels I need to put in my shop to afford that kind of delivery to the customers. Who are going to be my customers? How should I do marketing of my tea stall? What are the free options available to me? Looking on to the digital media, social media nowadays, I can do free advertising on WhatsApp. Okay, I can do free advertising on Facebook. So when we start thinking around such small ventures, gradually by default, we start thinking on the minute things which are really required at developing a business plan. Doing a market research, then doing validation of my product, how it is validated. On the inauguration day, I'm going to serve 500 cups of tea to the audience. If they say, yeah, I'm really making great coffee, then my product gets validated. So these are then, if I'm working backward regarding the raw materials, I'm doing my planning. Then I'm working about how to procure those raw material, how much money would be required per month. Am I able to put that money by myself, or I require someone else's help to fund me something? Then gradually we start developing these kind of thinking. Of course, being managers and being getting this professional education, we should think on larger organized lines. But there is no harm in beginning from no scratches if we haven't begun yet. So there are few links I have already shared in my presentation. We can go to them. Of course, there is a great learning platform through Startup India. We can always go to them. There are list of registered mentors, registered projects, registered institutions. We can occasionally go to these sites, keep on looking at them, gather idea what all is happening around us. And there are large number of incubators and accelerators coming forward to support the budding students, the entrepreneurs. Since I have been working with the farmers, the startups, and the entrepreneurs working in agribusiness in allied areas for quite a good time now. So believe me, nowadays the situation is like that. The entrepreneurs are not less in number. They are enough. The incubators or accelerators are not less in number. I mean, there are enough platforms, but they are running after entrepreneurs to enroll to them and get support. So all we need to come up is a good idea and start working upon it. There are n number of sources available to us to start our business or business idea. Then of course there is one more thing that we can look at learning a new language. You know, language gives us an edge. It enriches our personality, our resume, and also our knowledge base. It helps us explore something beyond our small world. So we need to find out which language is most useful to us. If we are going to work in a location, suppose I am placed and I have got a placement in the South India and I am going to work in the South. So what is right now beneficial to me is that instead of learning the vernacular local language, which is much more difficult, I should focus on learning English, because people in South India, if they do not understand Hindi, then they are pretty much understanding English and their own vernacular. So keeping in mind my priorities, I have to look on languages which I am going to be benefited from after learning them. So there are different online platforms and we can start choosing preliminary courses and develop our basic skills. Then of course the last one, which may not seem very important to few of us, but they are actually important for keeping us going during the difficult times, are pursuing and taking up our hobbies. See, the times are really difficult. Nowadays, the lockdown has started easing up. So before that, we were totally locked up in our home, and we cannot work on our laptop since morning to evening. At times, we really need to refresh ourselves. So, and the most important skill that has emerged of most importance during the lockdown is you need to have basic cooking skills. So, in the free time, one can start how to learn, one can start learning how to cook, because your family at times, every time is not going to stay with you. At times, you have to stay apart for your job, and in case these kind of situations emerge, then this skill would help you a lot. Photography or drawing. So we should take out at least half an hour for our hobby, which makes us refreshed again to pursue our professional activities. Okay, so nowadays also the one of the most physically oriented enterprise, that is the exercising and gym industry, that has altogether shifted platform. Anything, be it buying grocery or the essentials, ordering medicine online, joining to online, we got through a quote which says, you know, what is discipline? So discipline is choosing between what you want now versus what you move successfully. For the students, what they need most is that they have to begin their semester, they have to start studies, they have to get placed. But what we need right now is having these skills at hand, utilizing this lockdown period successfully, and developing our professional skills. So right now, the need of the hour is getting well versed with these contemporary operations. So I have just summed up what are the 5 must-have during the lockdown. Over well on our and just attending webinars or reading the Corona advisory, but we use the time to build ourselves. So even if we are able to have, these are must-have. If we have these 5 at hand, we are very much we are very much professionally competitive to work from home, to work remotely, and to even assist our other peers. So one is the professional resume. I believe all of us who are required to develop a professional resume will start working. Then online meeting organization promise that we will not just only click on the join meeting. We try to make our account and organizing meetings. First, we'll start it informally with our friends, with our relatives. Once we are well versed with these kind of things, we may propose to our professional platforms that we are having these skills and we can come forward in organizing such platforms. Then students, they should brush up their PowerPoint presentation and MS Excel skills, the basic ones. Suppose in this lockdown, a recruiter says, please send me a business plan if you have at hand, or send me a PowerPoint presentation of anything that scenarios. And then we should have a small business plan over, believe me, I said, I'll not share my. Hello?
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was kept very clear and beginning by you again that, all little these things may come up to, as known these things may come up to a student. Ignorance of these would be absolutely, non-positive when it comes to the curriculum. Have to be taken care of that, very progressive, learning session for these students, what they need to take upon in the priority list for the new normal of the Education 4.0. Bringing me to the next phase of the event, that is the questionnaire. Thank you. So, first question is coming up by Mr. Dipanshu Arora. Support, and the contribution for sustainable agri-business incubation and entrepreneurs. You're yourself, working in the same field, in the same orbit. So we need to understand from your side, and if you can also put on the light to some of the current trends in agricultural entrepreneurship.
Sure. So, Dipanshu, for asking a very relevant question. So, I just want to brief that this startup ecosystem and the support from incubators and accelerators has started gearing up since last 5 years or a decade in India. It's still very new in agribusiness. And if I'm not wrong, last year only there was an exclusive scheme for hand-holding agribusiness based startups through the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana RKVY Raftar program. The RKVY scheme was rechristened as RKVY Raftar, and let me tell you what it aims at. See, we have state agriculture universities all across India. Then we have ABM colleges